Alright, so during all of my live streams for probably like the last month and a half, every single time there has to be at least one person that tells me to do another follow-up MILA Quest video, mainly because there's been no progress whatsoever, and it's been available in the game for I want to say probably like 2 months now. Now, if you notice, the title of this video is probably something along the lines of MILA Quest being completed. And no, I want to start off this video by saying that this is not clickbait. So I won't waste any more of your time. Let's jump into it so that way I can give you guys the full breakdown on what's going on. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, there is a boatload of different badges within the game of FISCH. Recently, FISCH was a part of The Hunt, which introduced these 3 brand new badges, which were more than likely connected to The Hunt. At least that was the leading theory at the time, because there was a total of 3 of them, and we knew that one of these badges was somewhat of a decoy, so that way they were able to hide which one was the mega token, or kind of like the secret badge. Either way, the point is that once the hunt was over, all of the badges were completely removed. They were no longer anywhere to be found, except for recently, as of, I want to say maybe like a week ago, maybe even a couple of days ago, the badge A Silent Lullaby, which was one of the 3 badges, popped up again. Now, I say that it sort of popped up very loosely because it kind of was my doing to a certain extent. I know I don't want to take full credit because, in case you aren't aware, the entire MILA Quest, it's pretty much an evil project created by one of the developers, being Kiwi. Although people in my channel have thought that I've pretty much forgot about this and sort of moved on, behind the scenes, I do try to push to get more hints and more information. Surprise, even though I am technically quote unquote an admin, I really don't know any information. Now, I'm going to pull up a screenshot right above me here, which is something that Kiwi went ahead and told me in sort of like a private chat. It's kind of like our staff chat, so I don't want to show you exactly how the whole conversation went because other things are spoken about there. Specifically, I want to show you just this portion right here that says, "You know what, Carbon, just for the sake of you wanting a hint, I'm re-enabling the badge." And that's it. That's literally all the information that I got, at least as far as begging for another hint. Now, coming back to this screen over here, if you guys notice, as of yesterday, someone else has gone ahead and completed the badge. This now means that a total of 3 people have ever won this badge. We sort of came to the conclusion that the first 2 people were more than likely staff, but this person right here, I can guarantee you, is not a staff member. And the reason for this is because I actually went straight to our staff chat, I pinged Kiwi, and I said, please tell me that this is one of you guys testing out the badge or just making sure that it still works. Where I got a response that said, I don't got time to be testing, I'm busy working on other stuff. So this is definitely not a staff member. Someone out there in the community has either unintentionally completed this or is literally gatekeeping this to the ground. Now, keep in mind, I went ahead and sort of, as I said, asked that in the chat if they were actively testing this or not. Where then, if we come over here to the official FISCH Discord, specifically the Leaks channel, literally a couple of minutes after I asked that question, Kiwi posted this inside of the Leaks channel. It says, "Make inspiration, live aloud." Now, obviously, if you grab every single one of the starting letters there, it says MILA. With the most recent update yesterday, we actually got ourselves another sort of like puzzle piece towards MILA. And the reason that I say this is because, again, I had a conversation with Kiwi and they told me to focus on what the animals that were added in yesterday are. And it's no surprise that this fish right here, being the kitty fish, is indeed the model of MILA. What it means, I have no idea. Now, obviously, that one you can unlock inside of the second C, and I sort of read the description for it. There's literally nothing said in the description that's sort of revolutionary or mind-changing or, I don't know, like something confusing, cryptic. None of that stuff is said inside of the description of this fish. Along with that, you'll probably notice that we're at the bunker in Birch Cay. Nothing has changed in here either. The glyph on the corner is literally the exact same. It still says that it's not legible. If we come inside of here, paw prints are all the exact same. Slashes on the walls are still the exact same. Board over here still leads to the same thing. Door is still not interactable. If we clip through the wall, there is still nothing going on outside. NPC is still down. Literally nothing has changed whatsoever, which obviously means that this has pretty much been completable the entire time and just no one has discovered or solved it until today, that there is some random person out there who is holding the key to all of this. Now, if we come back over here to the leaks channel, you guys remember that Pluto about a month and a half ago went ahead and posted this video right here, which is just a bunch of sounds. It's kind of like a mixture between like a pixelated jumping noise as well as Pac-Man. And at the time, a lot of people had no idea what this was. Turns out there was Morse code inside of there. If you went ahead and broke that down, the word that you would get is bad to the bone altogether. No spaces whatsoever. For a while, we tried to connect this with NPCs. We tried to type it in different places, in front of this door, in front of the other bunker, even tried to do research on all of the backstory behind the song Bad to the Bone. Nothing, literally nothing has popped up so far besides just more questions. Now, if you notice, we're over here at Forsaken now. This is also another piece to the puzzle. For a while now, there was a MILA cat sitting right in front of the merchant here. It was removed, I don't know, maybe like a month ago. But obviously what we all noticed is that this NPC is actually called MILA Merchant. Now, the only really interesting fact that we know about this NPC right here is that he's technically blind. How that connects to everything, I know I sound like a broken record at this point. I have no idea. If we come over here to the Fishipedia, which is the official wiki for the game, and you scroll all the way down and you search here for merchant, and then you scroll all the way down to the trivia portion, it actually says the merchant at Forsaken Shores is blind. So again, this is something that's confirmed, we know about, and it's also something that's been pointed out multiple times by Kiwi. Honestly, man, I don't think that we've had enough manpower on this. For a while, we did have sort of like a team that was trying to search up everything, and on top of that, there was also like other different teams that were working on this as well. I don't remember what they were called. I think there was like Red Army, Red Letter, something like that. I could be completely wrong what their name was, but I do remember that somebody, one of the testers, actually sent me information about them. And I'm kind of curious if they're even still actively doing this, because to my knowledge, that team was a team that discovered the Brick Rod event for the very first time. So if anybody was going to be able to do it, it would have been them. But obviously, they've pretty much been at a standstill unless they were that person that discovered it last night. Now, before I actually forget, there is technically one other thing, which is the 2421. Again, we're going back to February here, literally 2 months ago, almost 2 months ago, actually. These two images were posted, which again, I don't know if this was just kind of like a sort of like a bonus, I guess, because if you notice, this is obviously the comm zone before we even know what the comm zone was. But at the bottom left-hand side, there seems to be some type of a crime scene. Obviously, we know that that crime scene is not there in the real game. Then we have Pluto saying, do you think these trees are a little too big? I can't seem to find the NPC that I use for scaling everything properly. I may have to find a new one. Obviously using number words instead of the correct words for what he's talking about. Then again, we get the very first look at inside of the bunker after it was sort of remodeled, and we're shown the door that all of the devs claim is not a door, but it is shaped like a door with a handle and a padlock, which makes no sense to me. Where Kiwi then says, last time there were only 2, now there are 4. It doesn't want to be opened, not yet. Now, of course, the moment that everybody read this, they automatically assumed, oh my God, there's actually 4 bunkers. There isn't 4 bunkers. That's the problem. There is only 2 bunkers in the entire game. Now, again, if we go ahead and scroll a little bit more, a couple days later, they also did this entire full thing, which again, talks about 2421. The whole thing is just absolutely insane. I just want to start off there. If the person that completed this last night is watching this video, please comment on this video, send me a DM, join my Discord, do something and just either tell us or at least give us somewhat of a hint. I quite literally beg of you on behalf of everybody else. This mystery has now been going on for almost 2 months, if not longer than that, and I'm over it. I'm over it at this point. Like, I need answers, bro. Either way, man, I hope that you guys went ahead and enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I will keep you guys updated if I hear anything else. If for some reason you guys see anything in the comment section that looks a little bit, believable or something that I should see, drop a like on the comment so that way I can keep my eye on some of the top comments. But yeah, man, fingers crossed. I will be reading everything as you guys are uploading. But with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.